So it looked like it happened again, folks. I just filmed my entire reaction to Scent of a Woman starring Al Pacino and Chris O'Donnell, and as soon as I was done, even after watching a 2.5 hour long movie, the file got corrupted. And I was thinking, do I just, count it as an L, right? Just cut my losses and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna react to the next video. I really enjoyed Scent of a Woman. So I thought, let's just make a quick review to say my thoughts on this wonderful, wonderful movie. So, hooah! So the story is that we have Charlie Sims and he goes to Baird School, which is basically this really exclusive prep New England school. And he's there because he got a scholarship. Unlike his other classmates who are there because they have rich fathers, he is the poor kid amongst the group and he's kind of an outcast. And he wants to go home for Thanksgiving dinner to his family in Oregon, but he has no money. So he takes a job to take care of this family's drunk old uncle, right? And that is Lieutenant Colonel Frank Slade, played by Al Pacino. And unfortunately, it's not going to be a very easy paycheck because this man is a very ill-tempered, blind drunk. He's a lot to handle. But meanwhile, while that's happening, Charlie and his friend witness 3 other students pull this major prank on the dean of the school. And since the dean of the school knows that Charlie saw who did it, he basically bribes him to say, hey, if you snitch, if you tell me who these kids are, then I have the power to get you a recommendation letter, which almost guarantees you into Harvard. So Charlie goes into his weekend job babysitting, knowing that information, and Frank Slade takes him to New York City for a weekend of all these various luxuries before he wants to blow his brains out. And that's the basic story. And if I only had to give you one reason to watch this movie, 2 words: Al Pacino. My goodness, the guy just commands the screen. This performance is astounding. And I've seen some great performances during my time in quarantine, going back to watch a bunch of older movies like Joaquin Phoenix and Walk the Line, Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men, Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood, Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. My God, the guy's amazing. And I believe that the main reason for this performance being as well as it is, not only because of the voice and the blindness, right, of just all the, now where the hell's the camera? I'm doing a YouTube video here. I need to get more subscribers. Where am I going? Of course. The voice, the mannerisms, just the way that he keeps his eyes locked. Playing a blind man is very difficult, right? But he's able to play this character that, while on the surface, he is an old, slimy bastard, right? He is an asshole. I would not want to spend a weekend with him, at least from what we see of him in the beginning. But you can tell that he does have a moral center. He does have that sense of humanity. It's small, but you can tell that this character has been damaged throughout his life, and he is a broken down human being. He feels trapped inside of his blindness and inside of his lack of humility. So the performance itself is really the main reason to watch this movie, but this is a movie where it focuses more on the people rather than the plot, right? The plot is they go to New York City, and these 2 characters, they have a void, right? They're not complete. They feel empty inside, and both characters are able to fulfill each other's voids through each other. And opposite of Al Pacino, we have Chris O'Donnell, right? Remember Robin from Batman Forever? Right. He is in this movie playing Charlie Sims, and he is the perfect foil to Frank Slade, right? He's that good-looking, young, doe-eyed, insecure boy. And both are able to find something within each other, right? So you have Slade, right? He is lacking in humanity, humility. He doesn't really have a moral conscience, right? There's an argument in this movie where Frank Slade basically just asks Charlie, why does it matter what happens to me? And he goes, Charlie goes, I mean, I have a conscience. Like, even though I don't really know you, I want to make sure that you're okay, right? Like, I care about you. And he goes, conscience is dead. Conscience is really dead. That is really the 2 cores of both characters. One still believes in conscience, the other doesn't, right? Through no fault of his own, right? It's just life has given him a bunch of bad cards. But he's also gone down the wrong path in life when it comes to the crossroads. And I'll talk about that more in a second. But really, Frank Slade is just a broken down person. And Charlie is able to revitalize him through humanity, humility, integrity, and his strong morals. And with Charlie, he didn't really have a role model growing up, right? His stepfather was an asshole. He's kind of that poor boy in that preppy school, bunch of rich kids. He is the outcast, and he needs someone to look up to, and he wants to try to assert himself, but he doesn't really have any of that assertiveness in him, right? He's very insecure. He's very, I don't know about this, Mr. Slade. I don't, he's very unsure and he lacks confidence. Frank Slade is very, very confident in himself, and he's able to bring that out of Charlie. And because of that, they're able to help each other. And I talk about this in movies all the time, the aftertaste of movies. And again, you can make as many sexual jokes as you want from that, but I digress. What I like about movies like this is that they teach you life lessons. And when you leave a movie like this and you think about it, and you thought about the lessons that were brought forth in this movie, and you can think about your own life, then I say that the movie did a really great job. Because really the main lesson in this movie is that you're gonna get through crossroads in life. And you're gonna have two paths. You're gonna have the easy path and the hard path. Sometimes you can go down the easy path because it's the right path. But if you know that the easy path is wrong and the hard path is right, that's when your character really comes into play. Which one are you going to go down? And the movie argues that if you go down the hard path, while yes, it might not be the most easiest path in the world and it might be very, very difficult, but you're going to come out of that path a stronger individual. Go down the right path. Might not be easy, but it's right. So with that being said, I'm going to give Scent of a Woman a 4 out of 5. And again, this review isn't the most extravagant review in the world, and it's not going to be the most in-depth, but I watched this movie and I reacted to it, and I'm still a little annoyed because I lost all the footage, but I wanted to give you guys my quick recommendation for Scent of a Woman. And it's so funny because literally online I was getting messages and messages saying, you should react to Scent of a Woman. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Scent of a Woman. So much so that I even had people in my personal life send me messages and going, hey Brandon, I don't know if you've actually seen Scent of a Woman yet. You should definitely watch it. It's great. Guys, you were right. Thank you so much. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this quick recommendation. If you guys like this video and you guys want to see more videos just like it, then definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.